Good morning, guys. It's Sunday morning. When I first got up, it was raining again. So we had one day in a row of sun. Brutal. But it looks like it's going to clear up, so that's good because I need to swap out the rad in the Mopar. The one that's in there leaks, and I don't know what it's out of. It's not the right rad anyway. But I do have the stock rad that I fixed up a couple of videos ago and tested it, so it looks like it's good. And we'll get that in. So I don't see any real problems other than maybe the transmission cooling lines, but we'll see how it goes. The wife has gone to get groceries with the car now, so when she gets back, I'll pull it up front and center and get after it. So yeah, regular maintenance, but it's got to be done, so let's just get after it. That's all. There you go. All right, so the wife just pulled in and the sun just came out, so everything's going my way so far. Let's hope it continues. All right, I'll show you what's going on here. So the rad that's in this thing, I don't know what it's out of, but it's not correct. I mean, you know, the outlet to the water pump is on the wrong side, and it's scabbed together with pieces and spliced together and whatever. So, and these transmission cooling lines are on the side of this rad, whereas on the original one, they're at the bottom. So that might be my only issue, but we'll see. We'll get this one out and see what we got. And, you know, it's an aluminum rad, but it leaks, and you can see where it's wet down there. So it leaks down here somewhere. So anyway, put the stock rad back in and call it done. That's the plan. So there you go. All right, let's get this sucker out of here. You know, last night, my wife was a little later than usual getting home from work, and the phone rings, and yeah, she's stuck on the side of the road with a flat tire. So, you know, I loaded up some tools and a jack and filled up the air pig with some air. And by the time I got there, some good Samaritan already stopped and changed the tire. Put the spare on, so all I had to do was top it up with some air and we got home. But the problem is that the tire is an old bias ply, so it's probably almost as old as the car. So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out a tire deal here somewhere. I was thinking of maybe buying rims for it, but it's this is a small bolt pattern, 4-inch, so really hard to find rims. So I don't know. I think I might know where there's a set of Rowleys, small bolt pattern. So we'll see. Yeah, that one's off. Hopefully, the original rad takes these same fittings. That would make life a lot easier. know, working on these old cars, you have so much room, you know. You look at the new stuff and you open up the hood and it's absolutely jam-packed with all kinds of shit. Everything's in your way. You gotta dismantle half the car to do the simplest job. What the? That's better. Okay, so these things broke free easy enough. So I'm just going to finish taking them apart. You know, pull the hoses off. I think you don't need to see all that, do you? So whoever put this rad in must have had some problems with leaking, because I had one splice that got 4 hose clamps to hold one thing together. 4 of them. So yeah, that's a little bit overkill, man. Okay, something there to catch the antifreeze. At least most of it, anyway. Hey, so there's only 2 bolts holding this thing in. Wait on. I'll have this thing out in a minute. Alright, so you wouldn't think just changing a rad would be that dirty of a job. Unreal. So the rad's out, and now I've got this extra, more zip ties. I cut 12 zip ties off this thing already. 14 zip ties. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hose clamps. 10 for one. It's insane. All right. Let's see what we got there. Should try a fitting first. Yeah, I think I will. Anyway, so this is exactly what I was worried about. The fittings that are on these lines do not fit these openings. I don't know if that's a metric rad or what. Like I said, I have no idea what it's out of. But, I mean, it looks right. But there's no way, Jose, it's not going in there. So I called my buddy, see if he's got any. And he's going to check. If he does, he'll bring them over. And if not, he'll stop at Canadian Tire and pick up a couple, and I'll just pay him when he gets here. So, yeah, whatever, you know, it's always something, right? Things could, you know, it's a simple little job, but, oh no, we got to make it tough. Unreal. All right, so after a pile of horse shit, to get fittings for the transmission lines, nobody had them. Ended up at the last hardware store in town out here. These ended up being 5/16 pipe thread, which is a little not really normal for a rad. I've never come across that size before. It's usually 3/8. But we got two fittings, and we got the last two fittings. And you notice one is a 90 and one is straight in, because they only had one of each, and I got the last two. So we spent the whole day dicking around with this fucking thing, trying to get fine fittings and whatever. Then of course, because of the way the lines were bent as they went into the side of the other rad, you know, you got to line those things dead straight, or they're not going to thread in. You're beating a dead horse. One good thing is that the original rad hoses were used on that hunk of BS that was laying there with 4,500 hose clamps on it. So they spliced a bunch of things, the original hoses together, to make it reach all the way from the other side, down, across, and up into the water pump. What a freaking disaster! But I got the market quarters on free hose clamps now. Filled my drawer. Unreal. It's running for about 20 minutes, and it's just water in there right now. I'm gonna put antifreeze in later. But yeah, so that's it. Everything's working good, nice and cool, right on the money. So it was a battle. It took all friggin' day. Most of it was just you know, running around trying to find these freaking things. I can't believe nobody had them, and it's on a Sunday. So, you know, all the big automotive places are closed. So it's almost impossible to get parts. If Canadian Tire doesn't have it, and honestly, the last 10 times I've gone there, they don't have anything. I never walk out of there with what I need. I don't know. I'm just not going to go there anymore, I don't think. But yeah, so anyway, it's in, it's done, it's working, no leaks, and it's good. Shouldn't have taken nearly that long. Unbelievable. Anyway, it was a nice day for it. But, you know, didn't think it was such a friggin' dirty job, but it was. Anyhow. Alright, seeing I pretty much shot my whole day in this thing already. Let's see what's going on with this tire. I got my little air peg here. Oh, I can hear it. Huh. valve stem. All right, that's not a bad deal. Get that, drop it off this week and pick it up on the way home from work. The reason we're going to do that is the tire that's on here, it was the spare. There it is there. It's not only a different size than the rest of the tires, it's has a white wall and it's not even a radial, it's an old bias ply. So that tire is probably as old as the car is. This is 71, so but I'm gonna clean it up a little bit just to get the grunginess off, and only gonna run this tire for maybe a few days. No, I've never met anybody that's had worse luck with tires than my wife. I think in 5 years she's had over a dozen flats. Unbelievable. Yeah, tires being this old, I don't trust it to last too long, especially with her luck. One more little spot right here. There we go. Now it doesn't look quite so bad. There. It doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. Okay, so it's Monday evening, just after supper. I took the car into work this morning and back home, of course, and it's all good. So I'm calling it fixed, and everything's working as it should. So, but this is how it works here. So I fixed the car for the wife on a Sunday, but when I get it, it's empty. It has no gas in it, so I had to put gas in it to take it to work and back to test it. And then tomorrow I'm gonna have to put gas in my truck because it's empty. And Tuesday up here, every Tuesday is when you gas up because that's the cheapest day. Wednesday morning, gas goes up 10-15 cents every time. It's unbelievable. So yeah, Tuesday's the day. So yeah, so I get screwed into putting gas in both vehicles, so whatever. So I get rewarded for fixing the car for her by paying for the gas for her as well. Whatever, go figure. Anyhow, doesn't matter. It's all good. I'm just glad the car is fixed. Yeah, so if this is our third nice day in a row. It's like 72 out, beautiful. And sucks to be working when the weather is nice, but whatever, it is what it is. So yeah, so if if you like the content, please subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And don't be shy, leave comments. Tell your buddies and your chums and relatives or whatever, and you know, tell them to subscribe as well. And yeah, if you're not doing anything else, get in the garage and build something, man. Later, guys.